Okay, Scorpio, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot. We're going to do the first half of February. We're going to see what we got going on for you in a general reading. So take what applies. If it's not yours, then it could be somebody else's, and check in down the line. We're going to start off with Gypsy Witch, see what they have to say. Like Lenormand, practical. It's like the news article of oracles. The who, what, where, when, why, how. Save the emotion for tarot. Or maybe not, because hello, you got the heart. Okay. We'll talk in a second, I promise. All right, give me one. Come on. Or two. Or two's good. Okay. We got some change coming on. We will clarify in a second, but we're going to read them as they lay right now, and we'll clarify in a mo. So you have the Lion. This has been coming out a lot for people. It's like once this stuff starts shifting and no more shifting, no grifting is what I'm getting. So I feel like if this is some kind of relationship coming out, or this is some kind of new phase coming through, it will be what you want. It will be what is in your heart. It will be happy, joyous, etc. But I feel like it's almost coming out of nowhere because the Lion is surprise, and it's loud. It's like forceful. It's strong. So here's the Ring. It's starting a new cycle, a new phase, a new chapter. If it is directly about a person, then it is some kind of relationship, because Ring is commitment. But I'm not going to say this is bad, but I have a feeling, and we'll clarify, like I said, here's the broken mirror. People say broken mirror is bad luck, but I view it as not being able to see things the same way anymore. Something has changed. So if this sudden shift, like maybe a friend is turning into a lover, or hey, or that job that you were just doing to do, to make ends meet, suddenly becomes a career, or there's some shift that is moving here because you have the Tower. So this is, like I said, it's about commitment, it's about contracts, it's about agreements. So maybe you are agreeing to take something to a new level, or an opportunity pops up that you're like, whoa, wait, okay, but yeah, I have to. Because it'll make you happy. So let's clarify this heart a little bit. I think you're going to be pretty surprised. Yeah, so here, remember how I said broken mirror? And here's the scythe. But the thing about the scythe is, yeah, you have to cut stuff down, and like that doesn't sound good, but what do you get with it? You get your harvest. You get the work that has been put in. You get to reap what you've sown. I know it sounds a little biblical, but you get what I mean. Like, you're not bringing in the wheat or whatever you decide to grow unless you cut it down and put some work in, which I think you've been doing, because let's find out. Yeah, because here's the lilies. The lilies is like the fate card for me. It's like the Wheel of Fortune, the big enchilada. I feel like this has been a long time coming, and it's like finally the flip is happening. The thing is happening. And for a select few, this could be someone is ending a relationship, and you're getting on board. Because I wanted to find out about this Tower and the break-in of the mirror and etc. So here's the wine, right? And it can be superficial, and it can be party, but that kind of frivolity, I know that's a dumb word for it, but just that, just going for a good time, not a long time, is over. And there is, this Cupid coming, because you had the heart back here. But like I said, you remember how you have to cut stuff? These arrows are still in that heart, and it still has to bleed in a certain way. So, I mean, it's good. Is it going to be all happy? There might be a little bit of like, oh, that stings. But here is a person. So if this is a relationship thing, I think someone is moving out of a situation to come towards you, and you always kind of knew it, but like, you have to take stock of what has to get cut out before it, like, is it worth it? Is this worth it? Even if you want it, is it worth the stuff that has to come along with this? So let's look at the Ring here. I do just want a little bit more on that. Give me the Ring, not the movie with the lady crawling out of the thing. So, okay. Yeah, so here's the bride, right? And it could literally be a marriagey type thing. But once again, the wine is about what feels good. This is getting what you want on the earthly plane, on the physical plane. The star is more spiritual. This one to me is more like you get what you want and enter into commitment on the physical plane, because there's decision, because you're going a different way with the train. But it can either be a physical journey, but it can also just be literally being on track, being more regimented, being more decisive, saying because what happens with a train that derails? It's bad. But if you stay on track, if you stay the course, that's the key. So if this person is able to make the decision, or you're able to make the decision, and you know that this is going to stay on track, then maybe cutting stuff out and letting fate take its course is worth any kind of, stuff that comes along with it. I'm not going to say turmoil, because it's not always turmoil. It could just be annoyances or people talking or whatever it may be. And if it is a relationship, I'm getting heavy relationship. But if it's a job, I feel like you put your time in, Scorpio, like hard. So we're going to move on to tarot, and we're going to just take what comes out here. See what we got. All right, scorch. Come on, don't be sassy. Suddenly it was talking. It's like, nope. Okay. I'm just keeping an eye on those. Yeah. So I'm hearing the phrase hell or high water. Hell or high water. Okay. All right. So yeah. Decisions being made. So you have 5 of Swords with the 8 of Cups, and that is essentially, just walking away from stuff. Walking away from any kind of conflict or, just kerfuffle. And, just you're leaving things behind with the 5 of Pentacles. I don't know if you might have felt left out while all this other beginning stuff was happening, or other people are feeling left out as you began that stuff. This can also be sexy. So did someone only want you? Remember how I said the bride and the wine is physical stuff? Did they only want the physical stuff? And you're like, nah, I need more than that. Because here's Knight of Wands and the King of Cups, which is why I go to the physical stuff, because Knight of Wands can kind of be like hubba with the King of Cups. But I think the hubba is getting backed up with legitimate feelings. So you get the hubba, but legitimate hubba. Because 9 of Cups is what you want. Also, just be careful that it is not just straight up indulgence, because I think you're getting what you want in the physical world. Just make sure you're not sacrificing your spiritual to get it. Oh, look at y'all, Queen of Wands. So I think y'all are like-minded, because I'll have what she's having, because good for you, Scorpio. Okay, 9 of Cups. What are we talking about? You're giving as good as you get. So the Sun. Yeah, here's 4 of Cups, which is like, that's not good enough. I'm seeing things a different way. I'm seeing that these cups are not full of what I want them to be full of. But girlfriend up here, she's got the moon. She's got flowers growing. And this guy's like, I just want a cup of cups. And you're like, that's delightful. But I've got these 2 up here. So I feel like, I don't want to say you're holding something over someone's head, but they know. I know. You can't hide it, Scorpio. And it's like, you can come up to my level, but I'm not going down. I do just want one more on this 7 or 2. That just keeps spinning around. So we have Death and 2 of Pentacles. It's like, yeah, your decision, I want to say, it's not necessarily final, but it's definitive. Because remember, you got the scythe back here. And it's like, if they're coming towards you, that's great. But you better be balanced. You better have it together. And you better mean what you say. Because we are not dealing with that static today. So either you're leaving someone out or someone's deciding to leave someone out to come to you. But you need to make sure that, all paths to this past are cut up, even if you want it, because whatever happens is good when it happens. I'm trying not to be racy. This is a family show. No, it's not. So we're moving on to the crystal deck, which is, we're going to give you a cosmic pep talk, Scorpio. We're going to see what we got to say. Okay. All right. You know what? I typically put it back when it's this much, but I think it's a little too deliberate. So, Verasite, perceptive, virtuous, timeless. Sounds like a watch ad. But, okay, it's time to open up and be true to yourself. And you have to release any pretense and let your inner self out. So, get to going. Unikite, decisions, expressions, releasing. So it's time that an underlying situation will soon be revealed. Hello. Once the cause is recognized, realize, and the healing will begin. Opal, magnifying, emotional, and prophecy. Okay, are you honoring yourself by seeing clearly and listening to your heart? Okay, it's love and emotions, baby. And iron pyrite. This is reflective, creative, and success. So you're opening your mind and realizing your creativity. Also, it's time to stop procrastinating and bring your dreams into the light. So basically, you need to go with your gut on a lot of things. So like I said, make sure the past is closed before anyone lets you kick open your door for them. So, all right, Scorpio, I'll have what she's having. Best of luck to you, and I'll talk to you in a couple weeks.